Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to part 8 of this Final Fantasy II Pixel Remaster Platinum Trophy walkthrough. We're right outside the cave of Mysidia, so let's head inside and get started. From the entrance, you want to go down just a little bit and then over toward the left. You'll go up the stairs and then go way over toward the left side until you get to the next staircase. Head down, there's a treasure chest right next to you, so pick that up. And now go back toward the entrance area. And you'll go down this path leading you to this intersection. Go toward the right and grab the treasure chest that you can see. And now head back up and all the way to the left until you hit the wall. Then proceed down the path ignoring the first set of stairs and go straight down the next set of stairs. Head over to the right and hey, who's this handsome guy? The doppelganger is motionless. The purity of Furion's heart is stifling the defiled heart of the creature. Let's use the key item Black Mask. You place the Black Mask on the doppelganger. The mask and the creature vanish. Now go through the nearby doorway. From here, just walk around and go down the stairs. Go up the staircase next to you and then keep going up from this intersection. At this point, I ran into one of the new monsters that we have to add to the bestiary. This is the Malboro. If you've played other Final Fantasy games, you might be a little bit worried at this point because Malboros can be very dangerous. However, these ones are pretty tame. If they hit you with a physical attack, all it's going to do is stun you for a little bit. So not a big deal, we can move on from there. Now we'll continue around, go and grab this treasure chest for a power staff, then head back up and keep going to the right, then walk all the way down this hallway till the end, and then go immediately to the right to go through a secret passage, and then go up to grab the flame lance. Now head back through that secret passage all the way to the left, and then head up and to the left again, skipping the stairs, and go down the hallway. Then go all the way to the left and around the stairs, and now you can go through the nearby door. Go around and down the staircase. And now from here, walk toward the left, go up the stairs, and you're going to go toward the left again. Walk all the way to the left until you hit the wall, then go up 2 steps into the left. That will allow you to get this treasure chest with an ice bow. Now head back through that secret passage and proceed south until that intersection. Keep working your way down into the right, and eventually you will be able to work your way around to the far right side of the room, then head down and go get the treasure chest that you can see over by the water. Let's do a quick save here just for safety because inside the box are some monsters, and in fact you get 5 bomb monsters, and these ones aren't terribly difficult. We've dealt with them in the past. We've already added these guys to the bestiary. However, they will self-destruct if they are injured, and that will do a lot of damage to us. So let's try to finish them off before they have a chance at hurting us. So the best method is to try to just get them down in 1 or 2 attacks, and that will really limit their ability to harm you. But if that self-destruct does go off, you're going to be feeling it very strongly. Inside that box was the Ogre Killer. It's a nice little dagger if you want to use it. Otherwise, we'll head south and then all the way toward the left, past the door, and go up the left side here. Now we're going to work our way around and into the nearby door. Once again, go around and down the stairs. Now we're going to go toward the left side until we hit the water. Now go south. When you get to the bottom, start to head toward the right and you'll see the staircase. Then go up the left passageway. It's a very narrow hallway. Just follow that around. And eventually you'll work your way out toward this treasure chest. Go ahead and grab that thing. And now keep going down. There are 3 doors here. We are going to go into the middle door, and we will grab the 3 treasure chests in here. Once you have all of those, leave the room and head down and to the right. There's going to be another little hallway in the bottom right corner. Follow that around and go in the door. Once again, go around and down the stairs. Upon entering the 5th floor, you can see a treasure chest nearby. This actually has monsters inside of it. There are 5 ghost monsters. They're very easy to take out, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Just hit them a couple times and you can move right along. This treasure chest contained the Drain Tome, and it was only in this area that I found our next bestiary entry. This is the second one we need to add, and it is the Gigantode. Now, if you'll recall, I did actually encounter this in an earlier part, but it was super rare to find it there, and it's only slightly less rare in this area. In fact, I had to walk around a lot in order to find it, so make sure that you stick around to the 5th floor, particularly on this area with all the water. It seems to spawn a little bit better here than in the other parts of the 5th floor, so just walk around here until you get the Gigantode, and then you can move on from that. Okay, keep going up the stairs. We're going to head to the right side and go up until the grass on the left stops. That's your cue to go over to the left and grab the mini tome from the chest. Go up and to the left to find 4 more treasure chests that you can loot in this area. Once you have all of those, go back toward the right, go down to where the grass starts, and then go over toward the right, and you can now go up and all the way to the left until you hit the far left wall. From here, we're going to go south, and there's a little hallway that we can follow, so go around here. It's just going to loop around and take us all the way up the far left wall of this area. And at the top, there's a door that we can go into. Head straight up and open the treasure chest. You found a crystal rod in the chest. This is the whole reason that we came to this place. So once we have that, we'll open up the 2 additional treasure chests, and now we can verify that we have all 19 of the chests in this area. Let's have a look at the bestiary to confirm that we have the 2 entries for this place. So scroll down to number 51, that is the Gigantode, and then go down to number 65, and that is the Malboro. Once you have both of those and all the treasure chests, you can either walk out or do the quick thing, and that would be to use the teleport spell to get out of here very quickly. Now that we're back on the world map, we are going to return to our ship. It's the blue dot that's a little bit toward the southeast of us, so go north, work your way around the mountain range, and now you can just head pretty much straight south and you will get back to your ship pretty easily if this is where you parked it from before. And we're going back to Altair, which is just a long trip around. We've got to go toward the northeast. We'll work our way around the peninsula and then head all the way toward the west until you land at Altair. Back on land, let's head into Altair. The first thing we're going to do is stop by the inn, and we're going to heal up and refill our MP. Don't forget to keep casting that cure spell outside of battle. It's the fastest way to get that spell up to level 16, and we need to do that for a trophy. So have Hirion cast cure a lot of times to help everyone get back to full HP, and that has the added benefit of saving you a little bit of money at the inn as well. So it's only 284 gil at this point, so we will take a quick rest, and then our next destination will be to head over toward the item shop because we're going to stock up on things before we go into our next dungeon. Particularly, we want some more ethers, so go around to pick up whatever supplies you need. Money should not be an issue for you whatsoever in this game. Just go around to the different vendors and you can pick up any additional items that you want, and the vendor on the far right is one who sells ethers for 1,000 apiece. We're actually going to buy all 99 of them that we can buy. We want to max out our stock on that. So we will now have a full stock of that, and we will use those a lot going forward. So just be prepared. We're going to use a lot of magic moving on, and we want to get our cure spell up to level 16, and those ethers will come in handy for that. Back on the ship, head south and then go toward the west through the little opening, and eventually you'll get to this crescent-shaped island. Now at this point, we're going to remove all of the equipment from Layla because she doesn't need anything going forward, and we're going to do a save outside and then proceed through the little gap in the mountains here. And once you're inside, you'll be swallowed up by Leviathan. Where are we? Layla. Layla's missing! Okay, we're going to start by going toward the left, and you'll see this orange floor. That's actually like stomach acid, and every step you take will do 1 tick of damage to your characters. So it's not a big deal. You can really just walk right through this without worrying too much. Here we encountered all 3 enemies that we need to add to the bestiary here: the boltfish, the manta ray, and the sea dragon. They are pretty weak. Just a couple physical attacks each should be enough to take all these guys down. So do what you need to do and kill these enemies, and then we'll be moving on. Okay, with those enemies out of the way, we can proceed up and open this treasure chest. Now go over toward the right, follow the very linear pathway. There's really only one way you can go, as it just weaves back and forth through here. In the top right corner is another treasure chest you can grab, and now keep going down the path, and eventually you will come out to another section, and you can go up through here. Now there's a little bit of a town down here. If you work your way toward the north and then left, you'll see a character you can talk to. New arrivals, eh? So who are you? Use the key item Crystal Rod. So you guys were also after the Ultima Tome when you got swallowed up. Well, since we're looking for the same thing, we might as well team up. There's a boat up ahead, but there's also one tough monster standing in our way. Who knows? Together we might be able to take it down. The Dragoon Ricard joined the party. And we get the last Dragoon trophy for becoming allies with Ricard the Dragoon. From this position, go up and you can grab the treasure chest up in this area. That's a power armlet. Now head back toward the south where we found Ricard, and we're going to go over toward the left, and then we can go up to the top left corner for the exit. This area has some purple goo on the ground. I think it's supposed to be saliva, but it does 1 damage every time you step in it, so it's just like that stomach acid from before. Proceed around and open up the chest on the north side of things. This is a Gaia blade. It's a little bit of an improvement as a sword, so we will put that onto Guy, our sword master, and make sure that he's equipped with 2 swords at all times to keep that sword level going up as fast as possible. Then just make sure that everyone is properly equipped however you like, and we can work our way now down toward the south side of the area. As you go around the left side, you'll see the final boss there. We'll skip him for right now because we do have to get a treasure chest down here. This is a one-time visit location, so we need to get everything the first time that we're here. So here's a box with a bunch of red souls in it. We fought these a long time ago. They're very easy to take out, so just put it onto auto battle and you should be able to blitz through this very quickly. Inside this treasure chest was a diamond shield, and now we can head back toward the left and we'll see that boss right here. He's really not too much of a problem, but we do want to make sure that we are all healed up, and then we'll do a quick save just for safety, and we will be able to fight the boss. So go over and interact with him. Here it is, a roundworm. Make it past this thing and we can get the hell out of here on that boat. Here is the roundworm. There's not a whole lot to say about this guy. It's got 2,500 HP and it relies on physical attacks. So there's not a whole lot of strategy here. It does hit pretty hard when it hits you with those physical attacks. So just be prepared that you might need to do a little bit of healing. But by this point you should be able to get through this fight very easily. Just keep hitting it with your best attacks and it should be down within a couple turns. If you're enjoying this video and finding it helpful, feel free to hit that like button, it really helps me out, and also subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. Okay, we're very near the exit, it's just to our left, but before you interact with the ship, make sure that you have everything that you need, because again, this is a one-time only location. We'll go into the bestiary, and we're going to look at number 41, the boltfish. Now go down to number 53, the sea dragon, and finally 55 is the manta ray. If you have all of those, you've got the monsters. Let's double check to make sure we have all 5 treasure chests, and when you do, interact with the ship. Escape by ship? Yes. Now we're back on the ship. We will be able to go toward the north, and there's a little island with a tower on it, so head on up and into that tower. This is the Mysidian Tower. Interact with the door right in front of you when you enter. From the entrance, let's head up and to the right. We're going to go to the kind of bottom right corner area. There's going to be one treasure chest for us. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So go back to the entrance over toward the left. And then instead of going to this cubby, go one above it. And on the left side, you will see another treasure chest for a staff. Okay, now we're going to go over toward the right side of this area. So we're just kind of bopping back and forth between the right and the left. Grab the treasure chest in the top right corner, then head down to the wall and straight left. You'll go through a secret passage to be able to grab the white rope in the chest. Now go back through that secret passage, and in the middle of this area is the staircase leading up to the next floor. From here, go straight up and then toward the right. You'll follow the path around, and you can go grab the 2 treasure chests in the top right corner. After that, you're going to go back the way that you came, back toward that staircase, and you're going to head toward the bottom left area. So go all the way down and then work your way toward the left side. You'll go through this little hallway here. When you get to the far left side, go up, and you will be able to work your way around and grab the treasure chest up here. Now we're going to go back through the same hallway all the way down to the bottom. And we're going to work our way around the bottom portion of this room. Keep going till you get to the stairs and then go up. On the 3rd floor, there's lava that does a little bit of damage every time you step in it, but don't worry about that. Just walk your way through here. And on the far left side, there's going to be a door, so head on up into that door. Now go down and go toward the right past the fiery waterfall. Keep going past the stairs, and if you get to the right side, you'll see a treasure chest, so you can go and pick that up. At this point, I encountered 2 new enemies, the Malboro Terra and the Basilisk, so make sure you add these to your bestiary before moving on. Everything here dies pretty easily, you don't need to worry too much about that, so take them out with a couple hits and we can move right along. Inside this treasure chest we get a flame sword. It's a nice little weapon upgrade for Guy, so go ahead and put that on and we'll be able to keep going from here. So now we're going to go back toward the middle part and we will take that staircase leading up. Here's the Devil's Bloom. These guys are such a pain because when they hit you, they inflict you with confusion, and that's really bad for us because we're just going to be attacking our own teammates and doing loads of damage to us. So try to kill them as quickly as possible. If you ever encountered these guys with groups of other monsters, make sure you target these ones down first because you do not want these guys sticking around and causing a bunch of confusion to you the whole fight. So we kind of barely squeaked through this one, but we did pull it off, and we can continue on after we get all healed up. Let's head up the staircase, and before we go in the door, go toward the left. There's going to be a treasure chest over here with a flame helm, and now go all the way to the opposite side on the right, and you can grab a flame armor. And those are really nice little additions for us. We can put that on a character, and we can proceed on into the door in the middle. In the next room, there's a mini-boss right ahead of us, so make sure you heal up and then quick save, and then talk to him. You made good progress, but you must defeat me if you wish to continue your ascent. This is the Fire Gigas. He is very weak toward ice magic, so if you want to cast some blizzards on him, you will eat through his 1800 HP fairly quickly. Make sure you're not using any fire-based things like all those fire weapons that we just picked up, and especially don't cast any fire magic on him. Just stick to those ice spells and you will eat through his HP very quickly, and this fight will be over before you know it. He does attack fairly hard, so if he hits you with one of his attacks, make sure that you have someone to heal if you're in danger of getting knocked out, and we'll just continue the fight and he'll be dead pretty quick. With that mini-boss out of the way, let's go up and up the staircase. Now we're in more of an icy area. We're going to start over on the left side, going and picking up this treasure chest with an ice shield. So we're getting a lot of ice equipment now. And then go down and up the staircase. There's a treasure chest at the end of this little hallway, so go around and grab that. All those little ice spikes on the ground do very minimal damage to you, so don't worry about that, just like all the other places around here. Go back the way you came, and now we're going to go down and hug the left wall as we proceed to the bottom. You can grab a treasure chest right in front of you for some ice gloves, and now go all the way to the right side and go up. From here we're going to go all the way left and up. There's going to be a treasure chest in this little area here, and now go all the way up and you can go out the top right corner with the stairs. Proceed up and walk around the hallway with all of the ice spikes. Again, this damage is very negligible, don't worry about it. Just work your way through this whole place and eventually you'll come to a treasure chest. Grab that for an ice brand, that's a new ice sword for us, but we're not going to equip it yet. We'll proceed up through this doorway, and again we will just make sure that we're all topped off on health, and we're going to keep our fire equipment on because we want to do lots of damage to this next boss who is particularly weak toward fire magic. So he says the same thing as the other one, and of course we will defeat him and then proceed on. This is the Ice Gigas. Like I said, he is more weak toward that fire magic or fire-based weapons. So hit him with your strongest fire spells to do really good damage, especially if they've been leveled up a bit. And our fire-based weapons will likewise do a good chunk of damage to him. This guy should go down really quickly for you if you keep all of that fire-based equipment on and hit him with those really good fire spells that you should have. Okay, this guy's done, and we will now proceed on and go to the next section of the tower, which will have a very different theme from these other ones. So head on up, and now we're in the electricity area. We're going to go toward the right, and there's going to be a lot of walkways that we need to go through. So let's go toward the right, and we will start by going all the way to the top right corner, grabbing an elixir from this treasure chest. Now go back and down the walkway. You'll go all the way toward the right side, and then you'll go all the way down. Skip this door, proceed toward the left and down. Now go all the way to the left until the intersection, then go up and to the left to grab the treasure chest. We want to go into the door that's in the bottom left corner. We're going to make sure that everyone's equipment is optimized, especially Maria, who is kind of behind in things, but now she has some good ice weapons. And we're going to go up and into that door. Proceed forward, it's very simple, and you'll be able to now go into this room with all the pillars. Toward your right, there's the treasure chest, and now go all the way to the top right corner, and you'll find another treasure chest that we want to pick up. Just a bit to the left is a treasure chest more in the middle of the room. And now we're going to keep going toward the left side, and we will go in the door on the top left corner. Another mini boss ahead of us, so do what you need to do to prepare, and then you will get into a fight with this one, who is actually a thunder-based monster. So fire and ice are obviously opposites in this game, but what is strong against thunder? Well, the answer is the Scourge spell. It's going to be poison. Unfortunately, I don't have Scourge leveled up very high, so it's going to be quite a long fight for me. You can see doing physical attacks doesn't really do anything against this guy, so we're just going to hit it with the Scourge spell, and hopefully we can take it down fairly quickly, but it will take many turns. He does like to use Thunderbolt, which doesn't do a ton of damage to us. So you can basically use your melee characters as support in this fight, and just have your magic users use Scourge if you have it, and hopefully it's a little higher level than the level 1 spell that I'm using, because I just really don't use it very much. So if you want to make this fight a little bit easier, make sure you're using that Scourge spell to level it up a bit and do more damage, otherwise it will take a little while. In this fight, I had Ricard go down, and I just don't really care if he goes down or not. He doesn't matter so much for the strategy at all, so I will leave him on the floor. If you ever played Final Fantasy 14, you know that there's kind of the meme of the Dragoons are the floor tanks, and that's exactly what Ricard's going to do for me. He's going to guard that floor, make sure it doesn't go anywhere, and everyone else is going to do all the fighting for him. And down he goes. Alright, that's the third mini-boss that we fought. It's the last one that we have to do in the Mysidian Tower, and that battle took about 3 minutes for me to get through, which, considering I really didn't have a good way of dealing damage to him, I'd say that was pretty decent. Let's keep going up the stairs. Now we're going to be at the 8th floor. We can work our way now to the top of this room, past all of these hallways, and if you go toward the right, there's going to be a treasure chest with a monster in it. This one has the Gatos enemy. This is the same kind of thing that we fought as the boss when we were reclaiming the Castle Finn area, and there's also a Devil's Bloom. Again, make sure you're targeting that Devil's Bloom first because you don't want it to confuse your party members. And then the Gatos, they like to spend some time buffing themselves, so they're not going to be too threatening, especially if you can finish them off fairly quickly before they have a chance to really start attacking you. In this treasure chest we get the Flare Tome, and this is an excellent black magic, so you definitely want to teach it to whoever your black mage is. If you're full on magic spells, just forget one of them and then learn this one instead, and then start using it in battle to level it up, because this is an extremely powerful spell that you will definitely want if you want to use more black magics in your game. Let's go back to that middle hallway, then down a little bit and over to the right, and we'll go in the door. This is the first level below the one with the treasure chest. And now we're just going to go straight up, and we're at almost the top of the tower. Start by going toward the top right corner that you can get to. There's going to be a treasure chest up here. This is the last random monster that we need from this place. It's the ice lizard. We're able to kill it pretty quickly just by using auto battle. Our physical attacks are definitely strong enough to get through here. And also, if you want to start using flare, that's a good idea to gain some experience in these decently easy fights in the Mysidian Tower. Okay, grab the treasure chest up here, and now we're going to go down to the bottom left corner. There's going to be another treasure chest in this area. From here, we're going to go north and a little bit left by this waterfall. There's some stairs going up, and now go up to the top right corner. This treasure chest has a pretty strong enemy in it, so once again, make sure that you're all healed up, and then do a quick save, because we're going to encounter a fairly nasty enemy. This is the white dragon. It is very weak to fire-based damage, so if you can cast some good fire magics or use weapons that are imbued with fire, you'll do really well against this guy. So here you can see I did over 1,000 damage just with a fire spell, and every other weapon that we're using that's not fire elemental does very poor damage against it. So make sure you're using those fire attacks. It can attack your whole party with Ice Storm, which doesn't do a ton of damage to us, and we're going to hopefully kill it pretty quickly by using all that fire to our advantage. We get the black robe from this treasure chest, and that is all 24 of the treasure chests in the Mysidian Tower. Let's have a look at the beast here real quick just to make sure that we have everything. So starting off, we're going to go down to number 39, that's Devil's Bloom. Then number 68 is Basilisk, number 70 is Ice Lizard. We have all of the Gigases, and number 120 is the White Dragon. So we're all good with that. And now we'll go down a little bit south from here and go around to these 4 doors. You want to go in the second door, and that will allow you to go up into the next area. On the 10th floor, head up and talk to Minwu. I've been waiting for you, Firion. Though I've managed to reach the seal, the magic binding it appears to be extremely strong. I will concentrate every bit of power I have on the door. If it is enough, the seal should shatter. Everyone, stand back. Minwu! Go through the door. You must take Ultima. Do not grieve. This was my destiny. Minwu! Man, if only we had a sensu bean. Let's go up and through the doorway. Scattered around this room are 4 crystals that look like glowing orbs. Go to the bottom left one first. Interact with it, and the crystal responds, I bestow upon thee the power of burning flame. Your strength increased. So we get stat boosts when we encounter all of these things. So go around and go to the top left one, interact with it, and the crystal responds, I bestow upon thee the quiet solitude of earth. Your spirit increased. Now we're going to go down to the bottom right one. We'll once again interact with it, and the crystal responds, "I bestow upon thee the swiftness of brisk winds." Your agility increased. And finally, let's get the one at the top right side. Again, interacting with it, and the crystal responds, "I bestow upon thee the sparkling clarity of water." Your intellect increased. With all 4 of those collected, now let's go toward the middle where the golden one is and interact with that one. The crystal responds, "I bestow upon thee the ultimate magic." You obtained the Ultima Tome. Now there's a warp pad right in front of us. What's interesting about the Ultima spell is that it is not a black magic, it is actually a white magic, and its strength is based on the spirit stat. So you want to look at which character has the most spirit, and of our permanent characters, Furion is that person. So I'm going to teach him the Ultima Tome, which does a lot of damage in battle. So once you learn it, let's go step on that warp pad. Our brave heroes have fought through the dangers of the cave of Mysidia. They have survived the belly of the beast within Leviathan and have climbed to the top of the Mysidian Tower and emerged victorious. Now with the Ultima Tome in hand, they prepare to take the fight to the Emperor himself. But who will emerge victorious, and what other dangers await them? Make sure you subscribe for more episodes of Final Fantasy.